Okay. Shadowrun PPS. Missed connections. You. Rappelling down the side of an unnamed luxury hotel in a ball gown on Monday night. Me. Admiring the view from the 28th floor urinals during the private soiree of an unnamed corporation that I was infiltrating. Our eyes met briefly before you dropped out of sight. Your long dark hair had come loose from your chignon, framing your beautiful flushed face. I will never forget it. You were carrying a duffel bag, bulging with stolen prototype weaponry. Well, I flinched the intel that goes with it. Can we connect? Very funny, Blackjack. I'm sorry the job went sideways. I got trapped and had only one way out. Red Queen. We were supposed to have each other's backs. Just wait till you hear the way out that I had to take. We're gonna lay low now. And why are we posting about this on a public message board? Terrorist in Hong Kong. Donjiang. Been hearing some buzz about some mainlander terrorists that showed up in Victoria Harbour and had a shootout with the HKPF the other day. Anyone heard anything on that? Wharf rat. Ming Pao said there were 4 of them that got away. 1 human, 2 orcs, and a dwarf. A troll and an elf and a human were killed on the scene. Word is that they're members of the White Star out of Henan. Come here to start trouble against the Executive Council. Heavy shot and a heaven shot. Looks like there's a 50,000 yen reward for any information leading into their capture. HKPF seems pretty nervous about letting these bastards walk freely about the streets. Feed him, cowboy. You think they'd actually pay out to somebody like us? Not a chance. You walk in there to claim the reward and you're getting thrown in a hole with them. HKPF doesn't keep promises to the sinless. Haven shot. Couldn't hurt to try. Why do you have to be such a downer? Because I know the police. They're all dirty, they're only in it to protect their paychecks, and they don't give a damn about anyone else. Believe me, I'm just looking out for your best interest. Like you and your triad look out for my brother. You know he's still paying for his reconstructive surgery, you bastard. If a man wants to keep his teeth, he should pay what he owes rather than pull a gun on me. Simple as that. Poetry slam. Matrix Bard. Ladies and gentlemen, poets and shadowrunners, welcome to the first annual Shadowland Poetry Slam. There are no rules and there are also no prizes, except bragging rights. With no further ado, let the versification begin. Jivebird. How long do you think we can keep this going before the trolls show up or sysadmin shuts us down? Why would they shut us down? It's a free board. We can be poetic if we want to. Just trust me, it happens. For some reason these things always draw the worst sort of attention. Are you going to give us a poem or are you going to stand around complaining about why you can't? Alright, I've got one. Wait for it. Synth muscle smartlings, neural booster cyberlimbs, all for the grenades. A little musing on the transience of life in the shadows. Very nice, sir. When the long shadows fall on Hong Kong, when neon lights pierce the coming night, tread with me the velvet blackness, let no lamp shine on our deeds. That one's entitled Our Hour. That might just have been the most pompous thing I've ever read. Try this one out for size. Lasers are red, shadows are black. With mad on the street, you'd best watch your back. My poem wasn't pompous, you uncultivated rube. It was a homage to Wang Wei, the famous Tang Dynasty master of the Zhu Yu form of poetry. It's traditional, unlike that ridiculous limerick that you posted. Now, I don't think you have to take the word slam quite so literally. Hey, you people know the rules. Poetry slams have been out of bounds on this BBS since the Laughing Man debacle of 55. If you want to sling your fancy word, do it on a different forum. I'm shutting this thread down. Told you. Okay. Whole city. I've got a courier job next week that's supposed to take me into the walled city. I'm from Kuala Lumpur and I've never been to Hong Kong, but I hear the place is dangerous as hell. Is there anything I should know? Oh, you got nothing to worry about. It's just a low-cost housing development full of hard-working people. Here, take a look at this news report. This is Sunny Chung with Horizon News. On today's Sunny Side Up, the Kowloon Walled City applied on the Free Enterprise Zone or low-cost housing for the economically disadvantaged. We'll introduce you to some of the hard-working residents, how they live and how they contribute to the growth and prosperity of our city. The montage sequence begins, showcasing the destitute poor of the walled city going about their daily lives. The shots have been carefully chosen, showing only smiling and productive residents, a stark contrast to your own experience decided. Many residents of Hong Kong regard the walled city as a place of no return. To outsiders, it's the last stop on a long road to homelessness. Rumors about the abound of feral ghouls, unsafe living conditions, and tried extortion. Yet when we went there, the reality was far different. What we saw will shock you, citizens of New Hong Kong, working and living just like the rest of us. Their apartments are smaller and their shops more modest, but the people who live there here wouldn't be out of place anywhere in the FEZ. Citizens like shoemaker Chow Sang Chu. The scene cuts to an elderly man in a closet-sized stall filled with shoemaking equipment. He smiles broadly at the camera. Oh, I love it here. We have a community, you know. We're like family. Maybe we don't have as nice a view as they do in Repulse Bay. I can't imagine living anywhere else. It's not paradise, no, but it's my home. I grew up here. How could I possibly leave? Camera shifts back to Sunny Cheong, who now stands in front of one of the entrances to the walled city. Contrary to popular opinion, the walled city serves a vital function. The poor and downtrodden find a home in the walled city, a community where they have a voice, can work and even prosper, far from being the eyesore that video suddenly shudders, bleeds and ends. Isabel. Okay, I've decided to cut the rest of that crap. She keeps going on about what a good place the walled city is and how we all need it. Don't buy any of it. May not be hell, but you can see it from there. Freedom cowboys just trying to get you in trouble. So how do you know the real story? Because I grew up there. You know what it's really like? It's eating old broth made from rat bones because there's nothing else. It's watching your neighbors sell their 5-year-old son to organ leggers so they don't starve to death. When you die in the walled city, your neighbors cheer because they'll get the clothes off your back. I wouldn't wish the walled city on my worst enemy. Police shootout in Victoria Harbour. I know a lot of you are interested in that 50,000 that the HKPF is promising in connection with the terrorist cell they're hunting, so I've been digging around for some better information. I think I've got some stuff of value. Turns out they had a handler here in Hong Kong by the name of Raymond Black. The HKPF tried to take him into custody the day before, but were forced to kill him in a shootout. Looks like Black and the terrorists are members of the White Star group out of Henan. Isn't White Star all about restoring Imperial China? One of those terrorists they killed was obviously North American. Why would she be helping a pro-imperialist group? You got money? You can buy any kind of person you need. You're on Shadowlands, Omae. You should know that. So what do we know about Black and his band of thugs? Anything we can use to track them down? The data I've been able to dig up says that Black was from Henan and was distantly related to the royal family. He spent a couple of decades in Seattle making connections in the shadows in preparation for an attack on the Free Enterprise Zone. I've attached some dossiers on his remaining agents. You shift through a long stream of data detailing who you and Duncan are. While the general details about your name and file are correct, many of the small details are wildly inaccurate. You are listed as having lived in Laos for the past 4 years, while Duncan is noted as having spent most of his life in prison. You move on to peruse Gobbett and Isabel's ostensible biographies. The dossier lists Gobbett's real name as Yuchun Gui, and her place of birth as Xian Zhangxi. According to the content, she is 23 years old and served in the Baihu corporate military until a conviction for insubordination led to her dishonorable discharge. While you can't be certain Gobbett doesn't speak Mandarin, the idea of her being in the military, any military, is downright laughable. Isabel in turn is listed as Fatima Abukar. Apparently, Isabel was educated at an early age in terrorism and piracy by revolutionaries of the Ethio-Malian territories, and is wanted in connection with the bombing 2052 bomb attack on the French embassy in Johannesburg. Given that you know that Isabel grew up here in Hong Kong, this information appears to be as laughably inaccurate as your own dossier. Poesy Pash. Okay. Alright folks, we're trying again. This time under a super secret code name. There's no telling how long this will last, so let the bashing begin. Super secret code name? You just ran the words poetry slammed through a thesaurus. Poetry, people, not complaints. A thief on the run, a silencer in the dark, the rat shaman lurks. That one for the coyote shamans too. An unbound trickster, this shaman fears no peril, wily coyote. Roll jivey. Here's another one, if Matt can stand it. Pulses of light glance of bright chrome. Translucent spheres encase my treasure. Mirrors and tubes and neon implode. Another day in the Matrix. Hey, I can do traditional. I happen to prefer the haiku because less typing. Gossamer tresses, infinity in your gaze, very pointy ears. Extra points for using gossamer correctly in a sentence. I like elves. Jive Bird is still the master of the haiku, in fact. Oh graveyard creeper, ashen skin, spindly fingers, and claws freak me out. This is up. Alright Shakespeare's, this is strike 2. This thread is getting locked and you aren't doing this again, got me? This board is for dickers who wanna talk shop. There are plenty of other forums that you can use for your stupid amateur poetry. I suggest that you go find one. Okay, top shelf sublet, available immediately. Like the title says, good location, cheap rent, serious offers only, please. What do you mean by top shelf? As in a fancy corp condo? But how do you manage that? Nah man, it's literally the top shelf of the converted maintenance closet I live in. You're joking. No joke, it's cheap and the location's good. It's right near the Temple Saint Night Market. Temple Street Night Market. And it has super fast access. Just in case you need to get in and out of the Matrix quick. I'm not the sort to ask questions. There's just about enough space to stretch out your legs lying down, and there's a ceiling hook for your gear. What do you say? I don't know. I need a place, but still. A shelf in a shared closet. Screw that. I've got a sweet pad to rent that you can have all to yourself. It's not Victoria Peak or anything, but it's a bargain. Where's it at? Kowloon Walled City. It's one of the new construction units on the outer edge. Yeah, I'll throw in a second ceiling hook. Deal? Okay, visit me and we'll work out the nitty-gritty. Seriously, the walled city isn't that bad. My apartment is huge and it even has windows. I'll beat Harbor Rat's rent. In fact, just tell me what you want to play. Hello? Yeah, no one's living in the walled city. Typhoon warning. This newscast just aired. If anyone wants to watch real-time isobar data and Earthsat images of the storm, the basic service paywall on the Skywatcher imagery is easily circumvented. The Imperial Japanese Meteorological Agency today issued an advanced typhoon warning for the northern Philippines and the coast of Guangdong Confederation, as Tropical Storm Usagi has grown into a full-strength typhoon Category 3 in the Pacific. Typhoon Usagi has formed late in the year for such a powerful storm. Meteorologists credit this powerful trend of awakened cold season typhoons, global warming and powerful magical vortices in the eastern Pacific, which appear to help drive most air convective over cooler ocean waters. The newscaster looks down at her notes. According to the official release by Lance Inraki of the IJMA, Usagi is now identified as an awakened storm. We have observed strong lightning activity, electromagnetic anomalies, and extreme concentrations of awakened seabirds along its edges. Awakened storms exhibit anomalous physical and magical behavior. Many experts believe they show reactive intelligence and possibly even self-awareness, and will resist making landfall to prolong their lives, even holding position against prevailing winds. Study of these storms is inhibited by their extreme environmental conditions and astral disturbance. In physical strength, Usagi may peak as a violent typhoon Category 5 on the Eastern Pacific scale, but will weaken substantially before making landfall. Although mariner lore is replete with tales of malicious storms, scientists have detected no provable animosity towards metahumans in the behavior of these miracles of nature. Learn more on windstorms of this Pacific this week's episode of Savage Nature with host Bertrand Madoniker. The Guangdong coast will likely have a long precursor battering with drenching rains but moderate winds as Usagi stalls offshore. Usagi is one of the more powerful storms of the season, but it's not unusual. Usagi does not have super typhoon potential. This is gonna be perfect. A long and soft hit by Usagi. Lots of electromagnetic interference. Security and corps all tied up. It's the running season. I hope everyone's ready for a high operational tempo. Our fixers already scrambling for crews. I heart storms. Okay. Decker. Looking for experienced decker for a discreet milk run on a supply house for purveyors of recreational substances. Potential for a longer-term arrangement. We're a team that's been together for years, running your basic heist and the occasional transport gig. We've got a reliable fixer and a long list of happy clients. Requirement: you must have a good sense of humor. Hey, are you willing to give a newbie a shot? I've been in and out of Matrix since I was in school. I raised some crates doing our job and I've got a hot new cyber deck that I'm itching to try on a real run. I don't know, man. We'd really like to find a long-term decker and you kinda don't know shit. You said so yourself, sorry. Come on, you said it was a milk run. How else would a Shadowrunner start if not with an easy gig? I'm being upfronted with you. Doesn't that count for something? Fine, I got a test for you. You hack this guy, Captain Scone, and change his password to erotic massage. I'm on it, thanks. Done. Am I in or what? Say yes, say yes. What the fuck? I'm a Zoom. May I introduce you to our rigger, Captain Scone? He'll make a fine addition to our team. Thank you, you won't regret this. You gotta stop getting people to hack me. Yeah, you gotta stop people getting... You got to stop getting people to hack me, or you'll be looking for a new rigger next. Ah, you know that you love me. Burst smack, okay. Come on, come on, and welcome to what could be very well be the last Shadowrun Poetry Slam. There's something kind of sad about that. End of an era. In honor of Jai Bird, I created an expert system that writes haikus. It takes whatever is being said in a thread and turns it into a poem. Mind if I fire it up? Snazzy, you shouldn't have. What kind of poetry slam includes bots? This is lame. Homage to Jai Bird. The program stirs. Churns of text, 3 lines marked apiece. That's brilliant. Now I can hang up my quill. I really don't buy that a bot can produce poetry like a living, breathing, feeling human being. Sorry. This is bullshit. Despair grips the poets, a machine crafting haikus. The Jai bot breaks free. Was that supposed to happen? The slam is now slammed. This program has broken loose. Pandemonium. Well, look on the bright side. How much damage can a runaway poetry bot do anyway? You fucking people. System up. Okay. 4 more threats. Hunt continues. And despite their efforts, no one has yet to come forward. The government of Henan has denied all connection with the terrorist fugitives, even going so far as to state that the White Star organization no longer exists. There has still been no word from the HKPF on the whereabouts of the fugitive terrorists. The mood on the streets is nervous. There is no telling when or where these terrorists will strike. For now, the Special Duties Unit of the HKPF remains on active alert, ready to respond at a moment's notice. This is Sonny Chung of the Horizon News signing off. What a load of crap. How are they gonna convince us a bunch of crazy terrorists got into the base and just disappeared under their noses, huh? This would never happen if Lone Star was the sole police force here. Sure, because heavily armed terrorists never sneak into Lone Star cities like Chicago and Seattle, only to disappear and remain free to roam the streets after they engage in public gun battles. There's no way Henan is connected to these people. If they really were White Star, they'd have struck already. Their entire modus operandi is suicide bombings and civilian casualties. If these people are hiding, they're probably on the wrong side of a setup. Sure, because everybody in the shadows is just some bleeding heart fighting the Megas because they believe in freedom. Grow the hell up. Looking for a tailor for a special job. Searching for a tailor for some unusual custom work. I might know a guy. Is this for armor? Not exactly. It's a surprise birthday gift for a friend. A friend's drone, actually. What exactly do you want a tailor to make for a drone? A cat costume, with soft little ears and paws. Or better yet, a bear suit. Ooh, or a red samurai outfit. I even have a reference for that I can provide. Okay, you got a fat stack of nuyen. This is going to cost. I'll find the nuyen. Can you help me? It'll be so worth it. Yeah, I'll hook you up. Okay, can't get a flight to Seattle. Hey, I've got a problem. I'm hoping one of you can help me. I came out to the Fez 2 weeks ago for work. Now that the job is wrapped, I've been trying to get an under-the-table flight to Seattle for the past week. Off the books, no passport control, that kind of thing. Nobody's making the trip. What gives? Check the news feeds, man. Haven't you heard? The Seattle is on lockdown. Nothing's coming into or out of the city without thorough search for at least another week. They've caught some smugglers trying to move some really nasty stuff in through a covert landing at Discovery Park. That seems like a bit of an overreaction. Tons of awful stuff moves through Seattle every day. What's so different about this time? Not like this. You didn't hear it from me, but I have some friends with ICE. They say whatever it was, it set off the radiological alarms of the Coast Guard ship that was sweeping the area. We're talking fissionable material here, enriched and ready to go in a bomb. No way. I don't buy that for a second. More likely some corp had an accident with one of their ships and dumped some radiological material. They just don't want to admit it, so City Hall is covering their asses. Don't dismiss the news so lightly. The smugglers were carrying cargo for Winter Night. It's only pure luck the cargo was intercepted at all. Who the hell is Winter Night? Sounds like a goblin rock band. Not who, what? All you need to know is this. Winter Night is bad news. You cross them, they destroy your life. You ever run into any of them on a job, I suggest a solution that comes in 7.62mm. Okay, new Pinoy in Hong Kong. Hi there, just arrived in Hong Kong from CFS and want to meet other runners from the Philippines. Salamat. Anyone? I make really good pancit. Well, why didn't you say so right away? Kamusta po kayo? Lots of former Hawk families here. Welcome. Hi. Tagasan ka? Me from Manila, I'm a decker. You? QC here, I'm a decker too. Pancit is fine and good, but can you also make dinuguan? PM me if you can. PM me if you can. Kumusta? Nice to meet you. QC Blues. Hi, there's Street Mage here. Might know some Pino runners looking for a new decker. Welcome, welcome. And we're done. I suppose we might look at the new tasks. Urgent task. Cool birds have been whispering in my ear about an urgent and high-paying run. Steel Arm Lou, a Red Pole, managed to get his hands on information concerning a prototype laser weapon in development by Ares Asia Holdings. For years, the Yellow Lotus and the Red Dragon have been locked in a Cold War. Despite this, we remain evenly matched. Neither one of us can attack the other without being exposed to devastating reprisals. Lou wants to change this, and he has a plan. Rather than strike directly, Lou intends to aim external forces at the Red Dragon, specifically Knight Errant. He intends to frame a white paper fan named Golden Fawn, making it appear that the Red Dragon have been bribing Ares researchers for classified data. Two leading drone and energy weapon researchers have recently transferred from London to Hong Kong and are running the project. Doctors Taylor and Hardingham were respected in Europe, but in Hong Kong they remain unknown quantities. They're untrusted and therefore are considered untrustworthy. Perfect targets, in other words. We will provide data that you will make it look as if the researchers were contacted by Golden Fong and made quite a bit of money, but grew tired of the arrangement. Transfer the attached files to a data chip. Files are bundled with a worm program which will auto-execute when inserted into the appropriate systems. You need not bring a decker, though one may be helpful. You will need to plant data in the visitor record system, camera systems in Hardingham, and Taylor's lab. Financial data is to be transferred to Dr. Taylor's personal terminal. That in and of itself will not be enough to ensure Knight Errant involvement, however. Planting the data is only the first part of your task. This is where a heavier touch will be required. You will also need to steal the prototype laser weapon. There's a GPS tracking device attached to it, which Lou will plant deep in Red Dragon territory. The apparent death of a prototype weapon by a disgruntled Triad member should convince Ares to dispatch overwhelming force against the Red Dragon, dealing them a vicious blow. As a note, Lu does not care what comes of the laser weapon. If you wish to sell it or keep it, feel free. I have also attached a map of your extraction route from the building. During the facility's expansion in 2052, Ares Asia was forced to extend their foundations deeper into the island. They drove piles through the former site of the central MTR station, which partially collapsed during the Dalu Bay earthquake of 2044. Practically, this means that you can exit through the basement, directly into the new MTR line through Central. With any luck, you can be gone without anyone knowing how. Unfortunately, this route is heavily alarmed, so you will be forced to go in the front door. If you can calm the front desk, you should have no problems. The facility is both an office and a residence, so strange people coming and going at odd hours is not unusual. If you're not up to fast talk, however, be prepared to shoot your way in. Blue does not care if you are loud or quiet, but a word of caution. He came by all this information via the loose lips of one of the research team. Other fixers know of this job. Move fast and you are guaranteed success, but there are definitely other Shadowrunners with an eye on your prize. Very well. Seal Arm Lu sends his regards and bids you good fortune and plentiful ammunition. Dramatic yet. Don't die, Uncle Bob. Our arrangement has been very profitable so far, and I would hate to lose that. Restaurant job. One of the things I've learned over the years is that even the rich and powerful have annoyances, thorns in their sides, if you will. No one is without troubles. The rich just have different ways of solving them. The client for this run has grown tired of one particular thorn in his side, Cheng Sing Rooster Low. Low is a red pole for one of the smaller triads here in Hong Kong, the 289s, or the Easy Money Gang, if you prefer. Despite the 289's small stature, Low's illegal activities have managed to damage the client's profits. Mr. Johnson would like you to help him show Low the error of his ways. Low takes an evening every few months to dine at the Shangri-La restaurant in Aberdeen. If you aren't aware, the Shangri-La is an elite establishment, serving primarily corporate clientele from Wuxing. Because of this, it is not unusual for diners to bring bodyguards or assistants with them. In Low's case, he brings a particular brutish enforcer known as the Talon, and undoubtedly feels well protected. You are going to prove just how wrong he is in this regard. You are to kidnap Roaster Low. So long as he is alive and in relatively good health, all options are on the table. While keeping the run quiet would make things easier for Mr. Johnson, no one will shed too many tears over a few dead Triad flags. The client has arranged an exit via boat. So long as you can get Low from the interior to the restaurant's dock, the client will handle everything else. Despite being a red pole, Low is a tactician, not a fighter. Don't expect him to put up much of a fight. The Talon, on the other hand, is as nasty as they come. Be careful about how you confront him, or things may go very badly. Mother's Notes. Crafty Sue. Hey Uncle Bob, here are those notes you asked for. But before you dive in, a heads up. They're a complete transcription of the list of my mother's journal, as in, they're thoughts and ramblings of an insane woman. It's not an easy read. Oh shit. Another dream. This time it was a near figure. A shadow, a wraith, faceless. I heard its voice, though it did not speak. And when I woke, I was inside my home, though I had been in the city just moments before. Where am I? A weight dropped into me. I felt the whirs of the wraith in my skin, in the tips of my hair. I saw its mouth in my mind's eye, rows and rows and rows of lies. Morning. My hand was to the paper before I even knew I was writing. It wrote the words, these words. They cannot lie. I added it to my list. Evening. Was it a king I saw? Was I really there? I was in the city, I'm sure of it. How did I end up here? Was I carried back? My list is growing. Soon with this knowledge I will stop the kings. A step forward is a step backward. A step backward is a step forward. Each wraith has a name, a true name and a false name. Knowing their true name is knowing their weakness. To call them on their lies is to make yourself invincible. They will still try to eat you. They fear the feathers of unborn chicks. Kings must be one or the other. That is, of the negative world or positive. But positive doesn't necessarily make them good, nor negative make them bad. They simply are. Once a deal is brokered, it cannot be unmade. Kings and the planets are closely connected. When nearest the sun, their power wanes. When furthest, it grows. There's only one wraith. There's only one wraith. There may be two wraiths, but there is most certainly only one wraith. They must follow the laws of the universe, rules set in motion long ago. Should they concede defeat, all is lost to them. Kings are the rulers of us all. They take from us their lifeblood, and with it parts of our soul. Do not give them what they seek, and you will be their match. They cannot lie. Morning. I made breakfast. It fell on the floor in the shape of my death. Another truth revealed to me. I added it to my list. It's all or nothing. They are all liars. Another dream. It was in white space. I could taste the color as if it were air. This time no voice. Just rows and rows and rows and rows and rows and rows and rows. A mess, I know. There's not a whole lot of significant material other than what I've already picked out, but even that is contradicted within Mom's notes. Everything should be taken with a grain of salt. Meantime, I'll keep looking into it. Good luck on your end. Ah. Yeah, I'm going on a mission. I'm not talking to anyone anymore. Not sure on what mission though. I suppose we're going to go to the social gathering mission. I took the social etiquette specifically to have a chance to succeed in a non-violent manner. So let's see if it worked out. I think that's a good choice in general for us. I mean, because we're a shaman, we have a very high charisma, so we should try to leverage that every chance we get. A little bit more conjuring, and I think we have and spirit control, and I think we have an acceptable character.